I have a question for you guys. What do you think the true tale as old as time is? Hi, I'm Chantel. I am the face behind the channel Fairly Bookish. I create a lot of fantasy and fairy tale related content. I love to read books that are based on mythology, on legends, and other fantasy fairy tales, but I read historical fiction, and most of the books that I read are low to no spice. So that means fade to black scenes. If this is the kind of content that you like, scroll down, take a look at some of my other videos, give me a like, a comment, and you can also find me on Instagram and YouTube. I know a lot of us right now are concerned that this kind of platform may not be here in the near future based on some legislation. And so if you are one of those people and you would like to make sure we don't lose contact, look me up on Instagram, look me up on YouTube. I am working on transferring most of my content there as well so that it's all available in all places so we can stay in touch no matter what. Just be sure to leave me a comment so that I know you came from here and I can follow you back and know who you are. Now, let's get back to my original question. The tale as old as time. I asked a lot of people this question, and almost unanimously they came back with Beauty and the Beast. And that is, of course, because the phrase, a tale as old as time, was made popular by Disney when they released their movie Beauty and the Beast. In fact, I'm fairly sure they invented that phrase as part of their storyline, but I'm not sure because I haven't read the original, which was written by a French author in the 1700s, and that is where they got their inspiration for this story. Of course, that French author did not invent the idea of Beauty and the Beast, a maiden who sacrificed herself to a monster for someone she loved. This is much, much older and much more widely told. In fact, I believe that the idea of maiden sacrifice to monsters is a part of legends from every culture around the world. I think that you could go back until the beginning of time and probably find a story that featured this concept. Many people believe that the Beauty and the Beast story was probably inspired by the story of Cupid. And this is Squeak. He is also kind of a monster. And wow, lost my train of thought. Anyway, let's get to this series. So, this series is a multi-author series, and yes, I love multi-author series. I've said it before, and I'll keep saying it. If you have never tried a multi-author series, you need to, because if it has one author that you like, and they are joining to write a series with other authors, the chances are pretty high that the writing for at least one of these other authors is going to be something you like. And this is how I found many of my favorite authors as well. This series is called Sacrificed Maidens. It is 6 authors, 6 stories, very, very, very different from each other. And they are related because they all base their story on a story where a maiden is sacrificed to a monster. Some of these are self-sacrifice, where it is the girl's choice. Some of them are a little bit different, where she may not have that choice. And all of them are very, very, very well done. I am so excited about each one of them, and they are releasing them one a week, and the first one released on March 8th. So this one here is one I think some of you will be particularly excited about, because not only is it the maiden monster trope, but it also is a shifter book. So the main character, the main male character over there, who I think a lot of you will think is pretty good looking, is also a dragon shifter. Now, I don't want to spoil the story because I really think you should read it to get the full effect, but I'm going to tell you that this author, Tara Grace, is a master at building her characters. When she builds a character, you feel like you know them, and you are a part of their world, and you cannot help but want them to do well and to get to know them more. So whenever I read her books and one ends, I'm kind of sad because I feel like I'm not going to be able to see what these people are doing anymore. And so whenever she writes a new one, I get really excited. So this is a series where the spice level is low. So if you like fantasy books and you like really complicated relationships and unexpected things and intensity and passion and excitement, but you don't want to have their personal bedroom scenes explicitly described, this is a book that you are going to love. This has a lot of chemistry and a lot of passion, and it has some scenes that, let me tell you, are really, really good. But there is no explicit content in this book, so it is good for young readers. It's good for adult readers. I feel like the characters and the plot are just so fantastic that you aren't going to miss the spice if that's something that you normally read. And if you don't want to read the spice, this is a great book that is still very swoony, but not spicy. I'm really excited about each of these books. I have at least 3 favorite authors who are a part of this series, and 3 out of 6 isn't bad, and there's 3 that I haven't read as much of, but I'm really curious about. So if you are planning to read this series, Sacrificed Maidens, or if you've already dove into it, comment below. I would love to talk about it with somebody, and I'll catch you in the next video.